over and under and around your food to turn out the crispiest, tastiest fried foods without having to use oils or extra fats. You get a 2-pack, a smaller version and a larger version for $14.95. Free shipping and handling, 4 flex payments, and this one is a huge customer pick, so you can read the reviews ahead of time, but that is coming up toward the end of this hour, so stick around for that. Okay. Now, we are gonna talk about all of the money that we spend on our foods, whether it's produce, breads, bagels, muffins, baked goods, and how frustrating is it when you go to open this beautiful loaf of bread and you notice it's already covered in mold. Really, you're throwing away great food and you're throwing away money. So this is a truly innovative item. It is essentially a piece of paper that will keep your baked goods or your produce fresher longer. Independently lab tested, scientifically proven to work, and it's infused with organic spices. So it's food friendly, it's biodegradable. You are getting a 3-pack, and each pack has 8 pieces of fresh paper in it, which, by the way, you can cut these into smaller pieces for smaller containers, but all you do is put it with your breads. This is the bread set, and it's gonna keep it fresher longer. So Kelly Diedring, I'm bringing back in to tell us all about this. I love this item. I love this fresh at home. Paper. I have the produce one. There's one for produce and one for breads and baked goods as well. But let's talk about the breads and the baked goods. Yeah, so first. I love them for produce. I love them even more for bread, because at the end of the day, we spend all this money on our fresh bread. Whether you're baking it yourself or you're buying it already baked, or you just buy the regular national brands of bread and it goes bad, and then we have to throw it in the garbage and we're so upset. In walked Kavita, and she created fresh paper. And what fresh paper is, as Michelle said, it's simply a piece of paper. It's a single sheet of paper that is infused with organic spices that are designed to keep your food longer, fresher longer, so preserved. If you have something small, you can cut it in half or in thirds, or even rip it. I've been known to just tear it in half. But this is all you do. So you're getting 24 sheets. Depending on how much bread you use, that might last you half a year. I mean, might last you several months anyways. You take a single sheet, let's say it's for a whole loaf of bread, and you place it right inside the bread packaging. So whether it's a plastic bag, whether you keep your bread in a bread box, or a food storage container, it doesn't have to touch the bread, but it can touch the bread. So if you're keeping it in an area where there is bread, it doesn't have to be touching it. It can be underneath. It's all food safe. All it is a piece of compostable paper infused with the organic spices. Now, the organic spices are proven to keep food fresh. Now, we didn't know this. Kavita discovered that some of these organic spices keep food fresher longer. She discovered it by using it with produce, and then HSN asked her to create a proprietary bread one. So this is coming to you 24 sheets, which is quite a lot. And then each of these packages I'll show you. So just as an example, when you open this package, it just rips off like this. You go in, take a sheet for your fresh bread, or you cut the sheet in half. When you put it back in here, so let's say I take this sheet out, this sheet is good for a month, the one that I'm putting in my bread. So if you don't eat your bread for a month, it'll stay inside your bread for a month. But if you seal this bag up, these sheets inside here are good for 2 years. Wow, okay. So you don't have to hurry up and use it all. It's not that this little package is only good for a month. It's resealable, so every sheet that you're not using, as long as you're resealing it and not exposing it to the elements, is good for 2 full years. Okay. So Kavita has won countless awards for her fresh paper, for produce and for bread. But just some other examples, let's say you wanted to take a sheet and rip it in half. You could put it in your cookie jar right here, or at the bottom. You don't have to put it in the top. You could place it in your cookie jar, and just that half a sheet is enough to keep those cookies fresh for longer. So you're not gonna have stale cookies. And I love that you don't have to have special containers. Like, you can put it right into your bread bag or right into your container with your baked goods. There's really nothing extra you have to do. Just the presence of that sheet. The presence of the aromatic spices. So it's aromatic, and if you've never used fresh paper, when you get it home, you'll sort of smell it. It smells really beautiful. Like maple syrup. It smells like maple syrup, and that's just some of the spices that are coming infused. This is compostable. If you're trying to go plastic free or use less plastic, and you don't want to buy the big boxes, or you don't want to keep buying plastic baggies or keep using plastic baggies, or maybe you're trying to use less plastic wrap,
This is going to save your, you know, budget. It's gonna save the environment because it's completely compostable. Right. You can see it's just a single sheet of paper infused with those aromatic organic spices. Other examples would be maybe you're, you know, having a brunch and you're serving bagels, or you're serving, you know, jam with some bread. You can take the fresh paper, whether you want to cut it in half, you can, depending on how much, and just set it near the bagels or underneath. It doesn't have to touch every bagel. This slice of paper is keeping this bagel back here fresh. Yeah. And I understand the skepticism because we've never heard of this. It is a revolution in food savings.
Different. Well, can I just talk about the reviews?
Oh my gosh.
There are pages and pages and pages. And here's some of the things you guys have said. Cat Lover 149 in Kentucky said, my produce always went bad before I could eat it all. Now it really does stay fresh longer. City Cat, a lot of cat lovers say, I'm on auto ship. We do have auto ship available because these sheets are a must have. I've been using them for several months. I'm really impressed. So read the reviews, try it out. We are down to the we have about 800 left on auto ship because I think people like to make sure that they're never going to run out because we're always buying produce. It sounds like a lot, but that's for, you know, the entire country. Yeah, you got to grab another thing I was thinking, have you guys ever noticed at home, so for me, for instance, I said, you know what, I want to buy better baked goods for my family. I want to get the fresh baked kind that don't have preservatives. But what happens? It goes bad. I feel like it's the next day and there's mold and I'm throwing it away. So this is an easier way to buy that fresher bread and produce. If you buy the big national brand bread and it goes bad, it never goes bad, it's because it's treated with something, right? And maybe you are trying to be healthier and not ingest that, or maybe you have certain allergies to that or something like that, and you want to either bake your own bread or buy it, you know, from the bakery. By the way, this will work on that bread as well. Sure. But that bread doesn't go bad as quickly because it's treated with something. When you buy the fresh baked goods, you're talking maybe 3 days and you're at the end of its life. True. Not with fresh bread paper. So all you do is take a single sheet. You can see underneath, I've just placed it in this bag, but even if you take your bread out and put it in a box, a bread box or something like that, it doesn't matter. It just has to be near the bread. So for example, over here, this plate of cookies, if I was gonna leave this out for a party and I wanted to make sure these cookies didn't start tasting stale or getting hardened. Yeah, that happens. You know, you can just place it underneath the cookies. It looks like parchment paper from there. It's really inconspicuous. And nobody's gonna have a stale cookie. So it's totally up to you how you use it. You can also even put it in the package that the manufacturer sends home with you. So for example, these are the mini glazed donuts. I could eat this entire box. Let's be honest. I have no self-will with that. But you can cut these smaller. So if this is a smaller container, why not cut it smaller? So you would just take, like, I would take 1/3 of a sheet. You can cut it or rip it, and then I would just place it right inside my donuts. Or you could remove the donuts and put it underneath. But it's totally up to you how you use it. Any baked goods, whether it's your donuts, your English muffin packages, you know, your fresh baked bread or your store-bought national brand bread, your bagels for your brunches. Maybe you do bake your own bread on occasion, and boy, does that go bad quickly. True. You can place it with your own fresh baked sourdough or your honey wheat or whatever the bread is. Your rolls, maybe you know the holiday season's coming up and you're buying rolls a couple days in advance. You don't want stale rolls, or what's even worse is rolls and you gotta peel off the little mold bites and it's Thanksgiving Day and everything's closed. That's not gonna be your situation. You can take that fresh paper, that compostable, that environmentally friendly, you know, alternative, and just give it a try. I mean, try it. And I want you guys to know too, so this is all the baked goods and the breads, and you get that 3-pack, and each pack has 8 sheets. It's gonna last you a long time. This is what started it all with fresh paper, was for the produce. So we have it available for produce as well. So think about that. When you, it's always the berries for me. I think they look good, and the next day I look under and they're starting to get mushy and gross, your spinach. There are fresh paper sheets specifically for your produce available as well. I believe it's the same price point. You still get the 3-pack with 8 sheets, $14.95. So that's $10 off right now. I would pick it up on auto ship if you're gonna, because you can lock in your prices with that and you can customize how often you receive it. So we'll speak to that a little bit more in a moment as well, but I want you to know that's available. There are cheese savers as well. There's sheets for cheese. All the fresh paper products. Yeah, and we're live on Facebook. You guys are really jumping in, so I wanna say hi to Marcia, Frankie. Azure D says she loves Kavita and fresh paper, loves it for cheese as well, great for vacation or snowbirds who are traveling for several weeks. Kenyatta, good morning to you. She says, look at reviews. reviews before you buy anything. And I agree, read the reviews on these. Huge, huge, huge customer pick because it works.
People absolutely love fresh paper. It's one of the huge hits of the American dreams. Kavita, who invented fresh paper, learned that there was organic spices out there that could actually keep our produce fresh for a longer period of time. And she thought, well, how do I get those spices near my food or into the food or around the food? Nobody had done it before. This is a revolution. So she thought, what about a single sheet of paper, infusing the spices, and you can smell it into a single sheet of compostable paper. By the way, made in America. So if you love supporting Made in America, you know, wonderful American Dreams project, that's what this is. And she infused it into the sheet itself. If you're just joining us, once you remove the sheet and place it with your bread, whether it's in the package of bread, whether it's around the bread, it doesn't matter. You have 1 month, okay? You'll eat your bread probably before 1 month.
You could just transfer it then to another pack.
Once you eat this loaf, and it hasn't been a month yet, you can actually take this fresh paper out and put it with the next bread. Because it still has the organic spices. About a month, you'll start to notice it doesn't smell like the spice anymore, and the spice has worn off, and then you just toss it because it's compostable, and you grab another sheet. But if you leave it in the package, meaning the ones that are still remaining in here, 2 years.
You
can last. They will last. Now mine don't. I always have mine on auto ship, or anytime I see them on sale, like today, I grab them up. I'm constantly grabbing them up. My husband's like, do we need this much? I'm like, eventually we will.
And you know what?
2 years.
If you buy in bulk too, if you have a big family and you're buying your breads in bulk, your bagels, your muffins, your cookies, there's nothing more frustrating than throwing money away when you have to toss. And it's a waste. It's wasteful too. So if you want to make sure you're having low impact on the environment because it's biodegradable, it's made with paper, compostable, you're saving more money because you're not throwing away that food and you're just keeping it fresher longer. It's so simple. All you do is just drop it in to the package. There's no extra steps. You don't have to think about it anymore.
Well, you know what I like is that I can actually use the packaging that the manufacturer makes me pay for. So whether you're talking about this package of donuts or muffins or cookies or cupcakes, or if you're talking the produce paper and you're talking about this plastic lettuce container or the strawberry pint, you're paying for it. The manufacturer is not making you pay for the food and then gifting you the packaging. It is built into the price of the product. So you're already paying for this. Why not use this? Keep your donuts or your bagels or your English muffins in it and take a quarter sheet, a half a sheet, a third of sheet of your fresh paper, pop it on the inside there, and you'll notice the difference on the very first use. I mean, all the customer reviews, all the people that are using fresh paper, they didn't all come together and come up with a conspiracy and say, let's say it works. It really, really works. I have one of those 3-tier, it's a fruit bowl, but I keep my bread on the bottom and then I keep like vegetables on one tier and then the fruits on the top tier, and I keep a sheet of bread paper with the bread and then sheet of produce in each of those. I change it out on the first of the month. So I remember every first of the month or right around there, I grab it out, put a new sheet in, and as my fruit goes, it doesn't matter. That sheet of paper is on the bottom of my fruit bowl and my bread basket. And now if you want to, you could just take like a Sharpie or a pen or a pencil and write the date. So you know, okay, it's been a month.
But honestly, I like the sniff test. If you can't smell that maple syrup spice smell anymore, you know it's time to change it out. You're getting 24 sheets because each of these has 8 sheets in them, and they're large sheets. So again, if you have a smaller container, go ahead and cut this. So the usage you will get out of this, it's the lowest we've ever offered this at, which is interesting because it's such a popular pick. It's always a customer pick. You know, you wouldn't expect to even see it reduced because it doesn't need to be, but when we get down to final quantities.
Well, we're also changing the packaging. So Kavita's coming up with a new packaging, that's it. So whenever we switch out packaging, it's like, okay, well, let's get a big sale on the current packaging. So you are here on the clearance day where you can take advantage of the fact that we're getting new packaging. It's always a customer pick, the fresh paper. You're gonna absolutely love getting it home. And if you haven't tried it, why not try it? You're not gonna lose anything by trying it. You're gonna gain the extra money in your pocket.
It feels like a science experiment. It's like you've got this food-safe organic dryer sheet for your food, and you just want to like toss it everywhere and see. And if you do auto ship, it's even better because you can lock in that price, you can customize it, and you can cancel it anytime. So you know that you'll get it every 120 days or however often you need it. We have to talk about the produce sheets because those sheets were specific to bread and baked goods. There's also produce sheets, same price. You're going to get a 3-pack. Each of these has 8 inside, but this is meant for things like your lettuce, your fruit, fruits, your vegetables, your berries.
Yeah.
Keep them fresh longer. It's amazing how quickly they can turn.
I love it. I always have to have mine on auto ship. So for example, once again, you're paying for this packaging. This is butter lettuce. I get it in a 3-pack from my big box store. I pay $5.99 for butter lettuce. It's a great deal, but guess what? It's no longer a good deal if I throw out 2 of the heads of lettuce because they're gross.
They're like slimy and you try to cut around it.
So the second I get my lettuce home, I take a sheet of fresh paper, and 1 sheet is enough for all 3 of my heads. So this is certainly enough. And then I just close it and I put it in my refrigerator. And literally, I am not kidding you when I say this, it can be several weeks of me not eating my butter lettuce. Like the other day I went in, I was like, ooh, this is definitely, I had a salad out of it.
See?
It's amazing. Okay, things like your pints of strawberries.
I want to update you guys, no more auto ship on the produce sheets, and we have fewer than 600, did you say? Left on these. Limited quantity now on these. Because it's the lowest price we've ever done, $10 off. You can cut these, put them right into your containers. So smart. You're not throwing away money. It's back to school. I'm buying produce like crazy for the kids' lunches because I want them to eat fresh. But if you can't keep up with it, and if you're buying organic too, and it goes bad so quick,
it's so much healthier, but it's not healthier when you have to throw it in the garbage because you're not eating it. So it's only healthier, the organic variety. If you're eating it, you're getting the life out of it and the use out of it. Things like your tomatoes, by the way, tomatoes should be left room temp, not refrigerated. So if it's in your fridge drawer, you're just setting it out on the counter, it just has to be around the fruit or vegetable.
Okay, you could pop that in a fruit bowl too?
Yeah, fruit bowl. It doesn't have to be touching it. It's an aromatic, it's an organic spice that's infused into a compostable sheet of paper. So like you said, it's a science experiment, but it's one I want you to just give it a try.
Okay, thank you so much, Kelly. This really is truly a phenomenal product. It's gonna help save a lot of money, save a lot of time, not having to run back and forth to the store, and just have fresher tasting food. So fantastic. We do have a lot more coming up. Carrie Miletto's coming back in just a little bit. This is not a bowling pin. It's fun. I know it looks like one. This is called the Samba Shaker. It's a bottle that you can use to keep your drinks mixed perfectly on the go. So whether that's protein shakes, a smoothie, maybe it's just flavor for your water, you pop it in on the top there, it opens up and you can put your powders inside, and there's little shaker balls inside as well. You shake it up and you're good to go. Clearance price, this is half off, so it's $7.49. There's some really fun colors to choose from. I believe the white is sold out, but we do have the others. But that's coming up in just a little while, and we'll show you all the fun ways that you can use that, how you can get creative with the drinks that you're making, and just always have that freshly shaken, perfectly mixed drink on the go. All right, so Kelly, we have moved in now to crunchy deliciousness. If you love fried food, but you don't want to have to use all of the oils and the extra fats, these are crisper trays that give you that same crunch and texture of a fried food without using the oil. It basically turns your oven or your toaster oven into an air fryer. And this is a 2-pack. This is from Dash. You're gonna get a smaller version and a larger version for $14.95. We will ship it to you for free, and it's on 4 flex payments. But this is the easiest way to get that crispy, crunchy fried food taste.
I mean, you can hear the crunch, the crispness.
Now, egg rolls.
Yeah, look at these crunchy egg rolls. You can see the exterior is perfectly golden brown. I didn't have to turn or flip these either. So this is what you're getting. We call them our crisper trays. You're gonna use them in place of any kind of a cookie sheet.
Okay.
So, I mean, you could make French fries in here, sweet potato fries, tater tots, egg rolls, jalapeno poppers, chicken wings, fried chicken. I mean, you name it, anything that you want crispy and crunchy. Look at how it circles. There's airflow, 360 degrees. It's going up through the bottom, it's going through the sides, it's going around. It's crisping up your food inside your oven.
It's flexible
so what we say is that you're actually turning your traditional oven into an air fryer, because if you have that fan inside there, that convection fan, it's crisping up your food. That's what an air fryer does. It's a superheated fan, and it crisps up your food. Now, that air is able to reach every last little morsel of your food, crisping it up, crunching it up without any oil. You get the larger size, and then I call this the little baby size. This goes in an oven, also microwave safe. Oh, but perfect for grill tops. To put your mushrooms or your asparagus, your onions, it doesn't fall through. You can place this on a grill. It's grill safe, oven safe, microwave safe. It'll go in your toaster oven.
And how do you clean these?
You just rinse these clean, and I believe these are top rack dishwasher safe as well.
But look at the small one, how many egg rolls
fit. I mean,
that's a good capacity.
That's my toaster oven sized one. So you're getting the large and the size. Okay, sorry, these are hand wash. I apologize for that. Not dishwasher safe, but they just rinse clean. They're non-stick. They're actually that coated silicone, so you're not gonna have to worry about anything sticking to them. Plus the air circulation doesn't allow for that sticking. So look at that crunch, that crisp, that tenderness crispness that you would normally have to deep fry. If you're somebody that maybe you're just trying to eliminate the deep fryer a couple of times a month.
It's just a mess. First of all, forget the health.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to clean all that.
You can just hear, I wish you could just reach through the TV and feel how crunchy and crispy. I made these with our oven, our big oven.
And you didn't have to change your temperature, any settings like that, right?
No.
You just switch out the tray that you're using.
You just switch out the tray you're using,
fantastic?
and then look at our cheese sticks. I mean, the most beautiful, ooey gooey mozzarella.
I feel as though I have to sample that.
Okay, yeah,
just
here,
to
I'm gonna give you one that I didn't.
Yes,
the crunchiness, the crispness that you want when you want that air fried or that deep fried food. That's what you're getting, but you're getting it with your oven now. You don't have to purchase, and you'll use these for so much more. Anything you can think that you would normally pull out a cookie sheet or a baking sheet for.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings, nachos, pieces of salmon, your asparagus over the grill top, your mushrooms, your portobello, you know, your thinly diced onion won't fall through if you want to do some caramelization of their onion on the grill. You're getting both of these. I'm going to go back to my oven because at the end of the day, the sky's the limit. I mean, have fun with it. Make your nachos out of it.
And so we're live streaming right now on HSN's Facebook page. And I love Azure D always has really great comments. And she says, this is great for the person who may not be able to afford that $200 air fryer. Great point, because it does turn that oven or toaster oven essentially into an air fryer. Or maybe you don't have the room for one, or you don't want to dig your air fryer out and you just want a quick way
I want to know if
pop
she
it in
sleeps.
the oven.
Dee, do you ever sleep?
Dee, do you sleep? Let us know. Kesha, good morning to you too.
Yes, I love that.
But she's right. I mean, it's a nice alternative to that.
Yes, and look at how crispy, how crunchy. They're hot, so I'm taking one for the team here. But look at how golden perfection these are. They're seasoned to perfection. I didn't have to get out my deep fryer. You know, you don't have, I mean, look, if you want to do deep fried food, maybe chicken wings on game day once a month, every other month, be my guest, but you don't have to. Now you can use your big, you know, oven that you already own, that already exists in your home, that you don't have to buy a separate appliance. Maybe you're somebody that's just limited on space and you can't own an air fryer, or you just haven't jumped on that bandwagon yet.
They're so crispy.
They're so crispy, they're so crunchy. You can see they're golden. It's almost like they're at that fast food crunchiness, you know, or you go to the fast food store to get the French fries.
Well, so here's what I like to think about. Think about what you would typically do, right? Maybe you put the foil on the bottom, or you've got just a basic, you know, cookie sheet. So then the bottom gets a little bit soggy, and there's nothing more disappointing than that. Or you constantly have to flip it or scrape it off. This eliminates all of that. There's no flipping because the air can get all the way around. The whole thing is crunchy and delicious, which is really another just fantastic reason to use this. Pizza, when you reheat pizza, my husband will give me the death
bringing you
stare.
pizza?
No.
Look at
Okay,
me.
if I put pizza in the microwave, he looks at me like I have a third eye.
It does ruin it.
So even if it's just for reheating something like, potato skins too.
Oh yeah,
you're getting a large and a small. So the small one will fit into your standard toaster oven.
Yes.
And then here it is with the pizza.
All right,
I didn't know you were getting
pizza. These are just the pizzas that you can buy pre-purchased, but you could do your own reheated pizza. Maybe you order pizza from your favorite pizza restaurant and you want to reheat it, but these are the kind of pizza bites that come already done. And look at how crunchy though. Look at underneath.
Look at that.
Can you hear that crunch? It's like it was in that brick fire oven, right? You get that beautiful result, and I didn't have to flip it or turn it. Now, if that was on a cookie sheet, guess what this would be? Sad, soggy dough.
Like I was saying, yeah.
And it would be like a waste of calories, because look, if I'm gonna eat pizza, I know this is not calorie-free, and so I want it to taste darn good for those calories. You know what I mean? When you're eating something decadent like that, you want it to be worth it. You want it to have that beautiful crispness, that beautiful, wonderful crunch. You can hear it. I mean, if you're reheating pizza from your favorite pizza joint from the night before, pop it on your crisper tray, put it in your oven, and it will taste like it came right from the pizza place.
Sheila is saying she wonders if it will make a mess in your oven with grease because it's open on the bottom. What I would say is put a cookie sheet under the second
just
tray,
a piece
or
of
foil, underneath on the side, and then just toss it out.
Yeah.
Because actually that's a really great point though, because that's gonna make your food crispier as well, because it's not sitting in a little puddle while it's cooking.
Oil. That's right. So if you're worried about anything dripping underneath your oven, place it underneath the rack, underneath the shelf, or you can put it over the heating element if you get those silicone pages or whatever. But look at the crispiness of this. You can just see, I know you can see, it's so hard to show you that, but you can hear. it crunching. I mean, and this was just my oven. You would be impressed, I think, if this was your air fryer. You'd be like, well, it should look like that. That's my air fryer. Or if I deep fried it, you'd be like, absolutely should taste like that. But this is your oven. Now you're taking your oven and you're turning it into a different appliance because you're utilizing the airflow inside. I know we're doing like your typical, what you would normally have to fry, but also think about veggies or fish or sticking this on the grill when tailgating season starts, or if you're having barbecues and having people over. Yeah, salmon, asparagus. This would be a great grill tray because now you can set it right on there and still let that flame get through, but nothing's falling down into the grates. Because again, I would use the foil and try to make the pockets, and then things just can't, it doesn't taste the same. They don't have that crunch on the outside that you love. And look at the capacity. I mean, the amount of food that I've pulled out of the oven, and I still have a second oven filled with food. So, I mean, at the end of the day, the capacity that you're able to do of quote unquote what we call fried foods that are not fried at all. You're just using your big oven, your commercial oven that you get at home, not your commercial, but the one that's the big one, you know, not buying a separate appliance. You're taking your crisper sheet, you're placing it inside, you're taking advantage of the hot air that's already circulating around your oven, but with a cookie sheet, it's blocked. That 360 degrees is blocked. It becomes 180 degrees. It's like it's there and it stops. Now it circulates all around, going underneath, crisping up every little last bite. I love that we're doing a 2-pack for you guys, so I'll show you when you pick this up. First of all, $10 off right now. This is the first time we've offered it with free shipping and handling as well, which is fantastic, and 4 flex payments. But you're gonna get 2. So this is your smaller size, and we fit, if you saw the egg rolls on the platter, we fit all of those into the smaller size. But this you can put into your toaster oven, which is great. You get the larger size as well. So you're gonna get both. And then you get your manual that you might need. But honestly, you've seen, all you do is use it like you would any other tray. Over 200 of these gone already. The price point is just fantastic at clearance pricing and a customer pick. So again, read those reviews, see what people are saying. It's easy care, you're just gonna wipe it down or rinse it off. You know, there's no crazy special instructions with that. You can hand wash it if you want. But these are flexible. These wings look like you stuck these in a $200 air fryer. And look at the crunchy on the outside. And this is a darker wing sauce that we did, like an Asian sauce. But you could do traditional buffalo wings, but you can see how crispy, how crunchy they are. So you're getting the air fried experience. I'm gonna get these without the air fryer. Yeah, I'm always really like just using the basic cookie sheet, and then I have a convection oven and it can't get underneath like it needs to. Oh, look at the, I mean, the crunch. You can hear I'm trying to just crumble the garlic bread. The crunch on that garlic bread will blow your mind. You're gonna absolutely love these. So listen, if you don't wanna drop a couple $100 on an air fryer, if you don't wanna have to dig it out every time, if you don't have room for one, this is a simple switch out to make to get that crunchy, crispy food. All right, Kelly, so this was your last item with us, wasn't it? I'll be back at 10 a.m. We're all doing the math in our heads. We'll see you at 10 a.m. So thank you so much. I had a great time with you. I'll save you some food. Please do, because it smells amazing in here. Also coming up a little bit later, John Florell will be back with the microplane herb and salad chopper, and it comes with the Swift strip. And what you'll use that for is to strip your herbs or your leafy greens like kale, for instance. You're gonna get both of these for $12.95. That chopper is so great. It makes it so easy to chop up your fresh herbs, your lettuce, anything. You can even dice and mince your onions if you want to, and then that blade flips over and retracts inside, so it's easy storage as well. So you're gonna get both of those for $12.95 coming up in just a little bit. When we return, we are gonna do some shake, shake, shake dancing. Okay, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.
So have you heard about the buzz on hsn.com? It's the one place you can find everything from current fashion trends, delicious recipes, healthy hacks, how-tos, and so much more. Dive into the must-read articles about your favorite topics and get inspired with stunning photos. So search the buzz on hsn.com now.
It's HSN's Labor Day sale. This weekend only, save up to $40 when you open and use an HSN card. Plus, get 4 or more FlexPay on everything. And free shipping on all electronics. Don't miss our clearance frenzy. Up to 60% off with free shipping on any clearance purchase of $75 or more. Plus, great deals all weekend long on your favorite brands like Diane Gilman, Korres, and iRobot. HSN's Labor Day sale, now through Monday.
Welcome back into our kitchen clearance. Who's ready to do a little dancing? It is Friday, why not, right? Now, what looks like a great musical instrument, which you can use it for that, I'm not gonna judge you, but this is from Asobu, and it's actually a shaker bottle for your drinks. So think about your smoothies, maybe it's your protein drinks, maybe you have flavors you like to use for your water, electrolytes, whatever the case is. This little guy makes it easy to take on the go and shake up perfectly exactly when you want it. There's even a little secret inside the lid that we'll tell you all about, but you can choose the black, the red, or the blue, and it comes with those extra shaker balls on the inside that keeps the powder from building up all around your container when you're trying to mix it up. Look at the price point on this one. This is $7.49, and even at that price, it's still on FlexPay. So $1.87 to get this home. And remember, as you're shopping clearance, once you hit that $75 mark, we are actually going to ship your entire order to you for free. So if you want to add this to your cart and keep on stocking up, go ahead and do that for our clearance frenzy. Okay, I got to bring in Carrie Miletto because we're going to dance together and show you how to use this. We're goofballs, okay. I know.
The amount of fun you have with this.
Well, first I was like a bowling pin, but it's little, and that shape, there's some actual reasoning behind this ergonomically designed shaker.
Absolutely, and we'll give you a couple different ways that you can use it, so maybe some of these will strike you differently, but it's all about making your drinks fun, and that's what Asobu is, about giving you innovative ways to enjoy your drinks. So the Samba shaker is built to break down in 3 different ways, so let me show you. So first, the handle is ergonomic, so it's to fit your hand just like this, so when you do need to shake your drink, there's an anti-slip grip that goes all the way around, so it actually holds your hand, and it also opens up the handle to reveal a little secret, because at the top of the handle is where you put your powder.
Genius.
Right, so this actually holds 50 grams or 10 teaspoons, which if you really want to make it simple, is about, when you have your protein shakes, about 2 of those scoopers. Okay. Right, so this could actually keep you for the entire day for 2 protein. I do 2 protein shakes a day generally. So I'm just gonna put the lid right back on this, but it's nice and hidden, and I love that you can bring it with you, because maybe you start off, you get to work and you wanna do a protein shake, you do your first, then you do your second.
Some of us do meal replacements, or I mean, whatever it is, that's nice to have that extra spot to store.
It's perfect, right? Because then you don't have to have like an extra container. Then here is your drinking spout. So when you're drinking from this, this is pretty much the way that you'll have it. That comes off to reveal your third way to break this down, which is where you'll put, how you'll put in your protein shakes. That's to open it up completely. You have 2 shaker balls that are gonna come with, so as you were seeing, they're all different colors depending upon which one that you're getting. So you can use it with or without the shaker balls. So if you're just looking for a really great water bottle, this is great for that. But also, it turns in, again, to your shaker.
I like these because if you've ever noticed when you shake up a drink, the powder will stick all to the sides.
I have one like that.
This is going to kind of scrape it off the sides and then also give you that perfect blend.
Well, yeah, and you know, sometimes we get distracted and we leave our drinks and they sit, right? And then what happens, everything falls to the bottom, especially smoothies, especially they separate, right? So now, all you have to do is, this has been sitting for a while, you're in a meeting, you come back, all you do is shake it up just like this, and I'm always like, I get very excited when I do this, and anybody in your office that's gonna see you with this is gonna be like, what are you doing? And it makes everybody laugh. I'm always looking for ways, life is so serious, right?
I know.
I'm always looking for ways to really add color and fun into my life, so this is one of them. Really, anyone you know that likes to do protein shakes or smoothies or any of that sort of thing throughout the day, this is a great gift for them, so be thinking about that. But this is, I was talking about using it for water.
Okay.
Infusing your water. So if you have like citrus, or here I just did cucumber, guess what happens when you shake it? You're infusing the water right now with whatever you have in there.
And then I love having the mixers in there too to kind of separate the fruit and the cucumber and I mean, it just makes sense. And you know what's interesting? So I've seen, obviously nothing like this, but there are like shaker type containers out there. They're usually actually more expensive than this price point, but the material that they're made out of is very different. And I think that's what sets this apart from all the others
very
out
much
there.
So let's break that down. So, you know, this is made of a Triton. Triton is one of the most durable plastics you can possibly use, but it's also one of the most high quality, which means basically you're gonna, if you bang this, if you have this on your bicycle or you take this to the gym and it falls from a high place, it's pretty much impact resistant. It's also odorless. What that means is, have you ever had a protein shake, one of those regular plastic ones that you see everywhere, and you accidentally left it, say like this, and then you drink it and you leave it closed in your car or at your desk, and you go back and you're like, oh, like you open it up and it's like this. You're like, oh, and then you can't get that smell out, okay? And I've been there. I've had that happen a million. And then you just end up getting a new bottle, so you keep buying new bottles. With this, it doesn't leach It's odorless. So even if you left it in there, you're gonna be totally fine to be able to come back and wash it. That's the Triton difference. So that's why we're giving you this high quality Triton. And then also it's not gonna like discolor. So I think that's really important.
Get cloudy. And
yeah, it's BPA free, so you're totally fine there. And this is top rack dishwasher safe, okay? So all the pieces are. So when we're done, I just put in some of my powder, so maybe I was at work or I was on the go, okay? And now I just get to have fun again, you guys. And I just think, again, all day long, it makes me laugh. It puts a smile on my face. It's a little bit of a workout. I like it because you can kind of like do a little of this. If you get 2 of them going, you're really having a good time.
It is practical though. I mean, honestly,
so
because even if you don't make protein shakes, maybe you do the flavors for your waters or the vitamins, or you know, there's immune system powders you can buy and different things. We all have different things that we would use it for. So you've got a way to carry it all with you. One thing I love too is you can pack this up the night before, just leave it in the fridge and then grab it and go in the morning. Everything's in one spot, so you don't have to have separate containers, because I'm way less likely to use it if I've got to have separate pieces and find what I need and pack it up. And this is just, it's all self-contained. It's really easy. You can use it with or without the little shaker balls, and you're done. And I love your point that if you don't drink it all at once and things start to separate, you can just shake it up.
Shake it right back up.
Really simple to do. Cleaning this is really easy because of that wide opening. Yep. So you can even add ice to it, because if you look at these shaker balls, I mean, they're a good size. So that's about bigger than an ice cube, I would say.
You can totally
can easily put ice in it. And then we have colors. So this is your red, we have blue, we have black as well. You just choose which one you like, which one's the most fun. $7.49. I mean, at that price, I say, why not? Gifting, fantastic. If you know somebody who's active or who likes meal replacements or is on special diets and likes to have, you know, certain drinks and certain additives.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
If you do electrolytes, if you do those little vitamin packets, you know, I sometimes travel with those. And nowadays, we love to just flavor our water with various ways. So being able to just maybe put a little, you don't even have to put just a powder in here. Well, this one has a powder, but let me find one that's empty real quick. I think I have one over here that I already emptied this guy. So if you look inside, I don't know how well you can see it, but if you look inside, again, it fits 50 grams when it's empty. So even if you wanted to put, and there's a little leftover powder in there, but if you wanted to just put one of those packets in there, it'll hold it, okay? So that's like a side, if you wanted to keep it in the packet for later, you could do that. That's totally fine. And, you know, just, I always like to give you guys alternative uses, all right? If you get like 3 of these, I wanna show you your new party game, okay? You get 3 of these. They do look like bowling pins, don't they? Put your beverage of choice at a party inside. Wink, wink. Okay, and you get a little ball, and whichever one you don't knock down, that's the one that you have to drink.
Note to self, invite Carrie to every party I ever have.
Exactly, exactly.
That's awesome.
I know, but it's kind of just a fun idea.
It is great. I mean, it is a good material too, so it's much more wear resistant, I would say, than like the cheapo plastic bottles you'll find. And if maybe you do this, because I had a friend who would just use a regular container and just put his stuff in it and shake it, but everything would stick to the sides because it didn't have the shaker balls, and then it would turn cloudy or hold weird flavors because the material was different than what you're getting with a Sobu here. So look, it's so simple. You can store 2 scoops in there. So that could be 2 for the day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
And there's my drinking spout. So again, I told you how those 3 different ways to break it down. I'm just gonna put this right back on my top. We'll make our last one as we leave.
There we go.
Boom, boom, boom. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And we're ready to go. It's that quick and that easy.
Love it. You gotta do the big exit though. You gotta shake. You shake as I go, and she'll be back in a little bit with easy lids. Maybe we'll come up with a dance for that. I'll show you guys that real quick. That's coming up a little bit later. These lids are amazing. So if you think about the holidays coming up, tailgating, parties, potlucks, it's called Easy Lid. You can choose a half size or a full size. You're gonna put these over those kind of foil dishes you use when you entertain or you take food on the go. It will fit perfectly, and now you have a lid that doesn't collapse, that doesn't let heat escape. You can see through, you just open and close. There's even a spot for your utensils on this as well. It's really cool. It's from our American Dreams program, so it solves a problem so many of us face when we're entertaining or traveling with our food. So that's coming up at clearance price points as well. $14.95 for the half size and $19.95 for the full size. So stick around for that presentation from Carrie. Okay, so now we're gonna give you a quick and easy way to chop your food, your salads, all of your ingredients, and also strip your herbs, because this is a fantastic little duo here from Microplane. So what you get is, first of all, this is your herb stripper. So you're gonna use this to strip any type of herbs or leafy greens even. It makes really short work out of what can sometimes be a chore. And then this is your chopper. So you're gonna use this to chop, yes, your salad ingredients, but think also about onions, your fresh and dried herbs, nuts maybe, even chocolates, whatever you need. There's a little blade hidden in here and we'll show you how that comes out. But together this duo is $12.95. It's on 4 flex payments as well. Original price on this was about $20, which I still think was a great deal for 2 items. So John is back. Hi John, good to see you. Let's talk about this, how we're gonna use it.
Hey, listen, anytime we wanna use fresh herbs, instead of using, instead of chopping it up with the stems and everything, we all know it's best to stem the herbs. And to do that, Microplane has come up with the most unique tool. And what this is a knife on the end, and I'm gonna turn it around so you can see it's actually honed on one side, so it's razor sharp. And then we've got 5 different size holes. So all you do is take your leafy herb, find the hole that the stem will fit through, and then all you do is pull it through like this, and what it's gonna do is strip the leaves off of that bitter stem. So now, as you do this, whether you need, maybe it's a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of your herbs, what you'll do is you'll push the stem through, pull it through this way, and it pops those leaves right off of there.
Look how quick that
was. And it's a dual set, so now you also have your chopper, okay? And this is a dual blade stainless steel chopper. The way it works is you just roll it back and forth like this, and now instead of pounding a knife on your countertop or your cutting board, all you do is roll it. And this way it gets, with the dual blades, is twice as fast as using a knife. And what I love about this, and you can see, that comes out perfectly chopped, okay? But what's great about this little chopper is the way it stores away. Because those razor sharp blades are sharp, all you do is pull this tab out, you roll it over, it stays inside, and that's the way you're gonna store it in your drawer.
You may have seen like the similar tools are one blade, first of all, but they don't have a way to store it away, so it ends up dulling the blade, and it's dangerous when you're reaching in a drawer. So that's just a really fun feature, easy to hold on to, too. You've got this nice grip on top, which is great.
It's got a silicone grip on top, and it's got that little roll away, store away blade. So all you do is pull the tab out on the side, it flips it up, stores inside, or when you're ready to use it, you lock it in the other direction. So it's really easy. But this is the tool that does most of the work. I mean, this right here, if you've ever sat there and tried to pull leaves off of your kale stems or anything like that, I mean, now all you do is find the hole that'll fit through. And by the way, it does have that knife on the end, okay? So for snipping, maybe it's asparagus, okay? Maybe you want to tip asparagus or green beans.
Oh my gosh, I hate that job.
Now, what you're gonna do is you'll find the hole that it fits through, and then grab the stem on the other side, and now you're pulling that kale off, but you're removing that bitter stem.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, and then if you want to chop it, you can use the mezzaluna here, and all you do is roll it back and forth to chop up your kale.
It's funny because that motion is the motion that I always try to do, because you see on cooking shows, the guy with the knives, and they've got this perfect like rhythm to it. I can never quite get it right. Now you can.
And now you
roll
can.
It.
So, and it does everything from your larger stemmed herbs and vegetables all the way down to the tiniest. Like I've got some thyme here.
Oh yeah.
And again, you just find the hole that the stem fits through just like this, and you'll pull it through. And as you're pulling this through here, it removes the leaves from the stem.
That's perfect.
Okay, so you get rid of that bitter stem. But look at this, you get perfect leaves for your, and of course, with thyme like this, you can use the full leaf, okay? But fresh is way better than, you know, that dried up stuff you buy in the jar.
Well, I was gonna say, wouldn't you be much more likely to cook with fresh herbs if you had something like this, or if you were gifting someone who, say, is a gardener, or has that beautiful windowsill of fresh herbs? I can smell it now from here. I mean, nothing beats that.
Here, I tell you what, just one little whiff of that, you just have to get close to it.
So nice. I want that in a lotion. That's beautiful.
I like it in my lasagna. But anyway, I mean, again, it saves you so much time. So if you want to, again, with the 5 different holes, you just pick which size. Okay, you find the smallest one that will fit into. And you want it to be kind
of a snug fit, right? Just enough to pull.
And just pull it through, and now you've got your leaves separated from the stems. And you can get even more detailed if you like. If you don't like the stem on the leaf, you can actually find the hole that pulls through, okay, and do the same thing. You just pull it through, and it'll strip the leaf right off the stem. So now you've got your basil ready to go, and you can do all of your, you know, literally any herb that you want to take care of this set will take care of.
And these are quality blades, I have to say. These are stainless steel blades that we're using. Steel. I mean, even if it were just for that herb stripper alone, I think $12.95 is definitely a great price point, because even the end on that is a nice sharp blade, and it has a blade guard too. But if you want to use that for chopping and mincing, use that. And then in addition to that, you're getting the second tool as well. This clearance price.
Yeah, and with this tool too, because it is dishwasher safe, you can put it right in the dishwasher.
Nice.
But again, the storage on it, that's what I love. You just pop this out, the blades store up inside of itself, so you never have to worry about cutting yourself, reaching into a drawer. But it takes care of all the chopping, dicing, slicing that you want to do. If you want to make your own homemade bacon bits, you can do this. Again, you're just rocking it back and forth. Instead of using a knife, it's like 2 knives in one this way.
Yeah, very ergonomically.
Yes, very ergonomic, yes. And again, because it's stainless steel, dishwasher safe, all you do is pop that right in the dishwasher. You don't have to deal with anything like that, but they are razor sharp, so you want to store it away up inside. And that's the coolest thing about this. And again, by Progressive, or by Microplane, these Microplane tools, I mean, they put quality into everything that they do. Even with this little knife chopper, okay? I mean, this little herb stripper has that knife on the end, so you can split vegetables. It's razor sharp from the tip to toe like this. So I mean, you can do all of your chopping, your slicing, your dicing. You can do it all with this one little knife, and it's got the 5 holes for stripping your herbs.
I just love the idea too of making our prep work a little bit easier, because we said this before, that it's not really the cooking, it's the prep work. And then what ends up happening, right? We buy the already stripped, the bagged herbs that cost more money, that aren't as fresh, or we buy the pre-cut, you know, food, or if you like kale chips, you know what a chore that can be. So this little investment of $12.95 is actually gonna help you cook fresh food, cook it more often, and be less stressed while you do it. I mean, cooking shouldn't feel like a chore.
No, it shouldn't. You're right. You're absolutely right. Even things like making, you make your own celery sticks, okay? If you want to do this for garnishing a salad, or maybe, what I love about it is it's so razor sharp, but it gives you that precision. It is a precision tool, so you can do the work that you can't normally do with one of those big, bulky knives.
Right. And I like you have good control on that, because it is that smaller precision piece. And it comes with this little guard as well, which I think is a really nice addition. So when you're storing this away, you're protecting the blade, and you're also protecting your hands. So in addition to that, you're also going to get the easy way to chop. Not only, we saw bacon, we saw herbs, we saw lettuce, I mean, basically anything. And it's a dual blade, which is nice because, again, cutting the time, you know, making it quicker.
Even things like thyme, it's something as delicate and fine as thyme.
Look at that.
I mean, now you can strip that bitter stem off of there. And again, you know, instead of sitting there with your fingertips, pulling it by, you know, pulling the stems out and trying to peel them back, now you just find the hole that it fits through the easiest, okay? And then you'd grab the stem, pull it through, and it strips all the leaves off of your fresh herbs like this, so you have no more bitter stem.
Now you're about to have a nice flavorful meal, that's for sure. And then just use it to chop up. Easy care, easy use, great gift. Again, it's always hard to shop for the foodies, I feel like, because they have everything. This is something they may not have thought of, and it's gonna make the meals that they cook for you a lot better too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's a little benefit to that. Thank you so much, John.
Oh, my pleasure. Really
appreciate it. We're gonna keep things moving. We've got a lot more to come in our clearance frenzy. I want to remind you though of an item that's going quick now. We're down to about 200 or so left. This is called fresh paper, and this is the produce paper. So you're actually getting a 3-pack. It's $10 off. You have 8 sheets within each of these packs. This is a piece of paper that is biodegradable. It's infused with organic spices, and it will keep your produce fresh for longer. We're talking your berries, your lettuce, your vegetables, your fruit bowl. All you do is stick the piece of paper near or on your fruits. You can put it in the containers that you already have from the store. We have never seen it at this price before, $14.95. Read the reviews. It is a huge customer pick as well. But at that clearance price, it is going pretty quickly, so just wanted to remind you of that. We'll be right back with more. Don't go anywhere.
I grew up always dreaming and wanting to create things.
I see something and I see that we can make it better.
One day, the light bulb just went off. Nobody has this. They're waiting for me to invent it.
Next thing you know, you're on HSN and the whole world's hearing about it.
It just sold out.
Very excited for you.
HSN celebrates the dreamers, inventors, and entrepreneurs who follow their hearts, helping American dreams come true.
Being here today proves anything is possible.
We love
love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search gemstone to see our gemstone enhancement chart.
Welcome back into our kitchen clearance. I'm hanging here with Carrie Miletto, and this is a great idea. You know, entertaining season is almost here, where it starts with football, I feel like, and then we have the Halloween parties and Thanksgiving and Christmas. There's potlucks to be had and parties to go to. This is going to be your new best friend. It's called Easy Lids, and basically this is gonna replace using that foil topper or the toppers that come with these typical, you know, what am I calling these, containers that you would buy when you're going to parties and transport. So it fits perfectly right on top. You can choose a half size or a full size, and we're gonna talk sizing for you. But now you can easily see what's inside. You can label it with a dry erase label. You can open and close. And there's even a spot for your utensils.
Isn't that nice?
As well, and you can use it over and over and over again. So let's talk sizing.
Absolutely.
And then we'll talk about how this works. I do wanna let you know right off the bat, the half size, we only have about 300 left.
Oh, wow.
Very limited. It's $14.95, that's why, and the full size is $19.95.
So
these are like typical.
I can understand why this is most popular, because this is probably the size we pick up most often. So you made your favorite dish, whether it's your beans or your pasta salad, or it could be a multitude of things, and you want to bring it to the gathering, or you're having a gathering at your own home. These are the pans that we buy in the store, right? So this is your small size, this is your large size, okay? So I wanted you to see that from the back. Easy Lids is an American Dreams product. It was made by Barbara Duncan. Barbara had this idea and said, there needs to be a better way to cover our pots and pans. Okay, so let me show you. I know I keep disappearing here, but this is because I want to show you this.
This is my life.
Okay, right?
So annoying.
We do the foil and we try to transport it, or we try to keep it hot or whatever, but what happens as soon as it rips, okay, then we're trying to rip it back like this, then the food's getting cold. It's a whole thing. The other option is plastic wrap, which never goes back on after you've taken it off once. Then we have these aluminum lids, which funny enough, even backstage, one of my food stylists actually cut herself on it. Okay, so that's what happens. These are very sharp, by the way, on the edges, right? Okay, so then you're going really quick, but same thing. Once you roll these, they never simply close the basket, and they're not great for serving.
And not only that, with this and the foil, you throw it away when you're done, so then you gotta buy another one.
Yep, you keep buying them, right?
This
so
you reuse.
Easy Lids was developed to give you a beautiful way to present, but also to give you a way that will preserve your food longer, right? So if it's an outdoor event, yeah, this will keep all the elements out of your food, whether it's wind, dust, dirt, bugs, you name it. But on indoor events, it gives you a very beautiful way, I think, to present your food. It has a little tab here on the side that you see me lifting with right here. The tab is actually really nice because it sets all the way down. It's got the hole over here for your utensil, so that your utensil's not keeping the lid raised, right? Which is usually the problem.
And then all the heat escapes.
The other problem we have when we're at buffets, I always find I'm holding the lid at the same time that I'm trying to get the food that I've got my dish.
Or you set the lid down and it's dripping everywhere, and it's just a pain.
With this, look at that. It just holds itself right up, and if we're talking about the small size, if you're looking at the small size, I'll do it on that one too. It actually holds itself up, so now you're doing a more clean presentation. You're doing a presentation that is preserving your food. We were talking about this before. What if you have your favorites, and say this had a crust on top or something, or a special cheese, and then all of a sudden you put that foil on it and it gets crunched right down on top of your food.
It always does that. It collapses.
And then it just looks terrible. So what's nice too is you're also keeping the utensil right there so they don't get lost. Everyone knows that the utensil goes right there. Don't use your own spoons and your own forks and double dip, right? So that always makes it nicer. But whether it's your beans, whether it's your stuffings, we're going into obviously the season where we're gonna be having lots of people over and we're making larger amounts.
Yeah,
this is something you wanna be able just to make your go-to, right?
And there's always leftovers too, right? So this is good to have to store and then travel with, so it's not getting crushed or collapsing.
The way that this goes on, I want to show you actually on one of the smaller ones here. I'll actually do this just right on this one just to show you. So we'll take it off our beans real quick. So this is super simple. So as you see here, it just has the two sides right here, the little red sides. This just sets right on top, and then it just clips. And
it is secure.
And
it's
secure.
You guys.
You're good.
Look at this. And then this is your slot for your utensils. So you just lift it up there, but you can see what you got. And if you can't, if it's steaming because it's keeping the heat in, dry erase label on, it comes with your purchase. So this is the half size. So again, if you're picking up the half size, that's gonna fit the smaller, the standard travel, what do we call them? I can't think of the word.
A pan, just a baking pan that you buy at the store.
Keep it simple. And then if you do the full size, that's gonna fit the larger size.
Now what I want to point out about this, and I'm trying to see if you can see it from this angle, you can use the large, but you can also use 2 small. If you kind of can see in here, I've got 2 small pans because these are 2 different items on either side. So if you get the large one, you can use 2 small pans with this and they connect.
I like
or
that.
you can use 1 large pan. So over here, I think with our baked goods, it's 1 large pan because these could both be in the same pan and they're totally fine. So I have my cookies on one side and I have my brownies on another side. But this is for serving too, right? So let's say you're doing the sternos, so you're doing like a live cooking situation. These are perfect for that. This actually, again, it's gonna make sure utensils stay where they need to stay. I'm gonna come over here and I'm actually gonna show you how this dry erase works. Look, I can rub it right off just like this. So my brownies was written there and then I can write brownies again.
Nice.
Okay, so now maybe next time I wanna put, I don't know. Let's say,
don't pass me by. Here's the thing,
Carrie's
on the flip side of all of this, I hate when you go to a party, you bring your signature dish, and if you covered it with foil or something, people don't know what's in it, and if they are not active enough to lift the lid and look, I feel like no one's eating my dish. So
that's
just saying, you can see through this.
You can see right through. If there's a little, and you know, it also kind of, will it keep it hot as it came out of the oven? No, but will it keep it hotter longer? Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, because what it's doing is it's covering, and it's gonna make sure that it tries to keep the heat inside, and I love that about this as well. And if it's a cold dish, same thing. But here, you know, we're going into the holidays where this is our pork loin on this side, our green beans. I want you to start to think about all your entertaining needs. And if it's not yourself, and even tongs fit in here, by the way, because you just put the little edge there, and then that little edge just sets out right there. So it's totally perfect for tongs
Now,
as well.
I just want to show people what we did. This is the full-size top, but then we took 2 of the smaller size pans that you find these everywhere, and now you can clip it on. Maybe we can show how these attach again, but that's a great way if you have 2 items and you want to keep them separate and not flowing into each other to use the lid. So this
comes completely off, right? So then we're going to set it right on top, and then I'm just going to hold it down here and just clip. Hold it down there. Oh, on this side, let me just get it straight on this side.
There you go.
Make sure they're straight. There you go. And then just clip it on that side. That's it, we're done. So we have done all this. It's not hard to use. It's super fast and easy, but it's gonna protect your food. It's gonna make great presentation for your food. And it's gonna keep your hot foods hot, cold foods cold for a little longer.
And no more of buying a million of these every time. Now, I wanna tell you guys something because this is clearance price, which is just phenomenal, but we have so many great things happening for the holiday weekend, including this. If you do not have the HSN credit card yet, go ahead and apply because you can save $40 on a single item purchase when you open and use an HSN card, up to $40. So if you wanted to buy a couple of these and then sign up for the card and use it, you could get them home for free potentially. So it's a really great savings. Everything's on 4 Flex or more. And when you're shopping clearance, once you hit $75, we will ship your entire order to you for free. So just want to get the housekeeping out because I like to know the sales when I'm doing my shopping.
Of course, if you can like put it all together. So here we're doing 1 pan, but we're doing on one side, we've got our burgers, and then on the other side, we've got our burger buns. So this is buns, you know, when you leave them out and the air hits them, they start to get really super hard. So if you're at a party, you'll be there for, I love that you brought up tailgating, right? Because it's like the big game happens and these sit out for a while because the game's a few hours. So keep your buns completely nice, you know, and moist by keeping them in here. And then this also on this side is gonna keep your turkey burgers warm. So again, if we wanted to get rid of this, we can, this comes with 6 of the dry erase stickers. So you actually, these will work for a while, but if they stop working for whatever reason, you just put a new one on. We're giving you quite a few. And it just, you know, whether it's your potato salad, this is a great way to do, it's the perfect presentation. And I like to be the hostess with the mostest. When I bring people over, when I'm showing up to something, I always want to appear to be put together. I mean, I think that's what we all attain to, you know, want to try to do. But I used to bring things in like plastic bags or like if you have the foil and whatever, and then crazy stuff's happening on the way there. This is keeping your food nice in the transportation, but it's also presenting. So you set it down.
It makes your dish look more appetizing when it's a better presentation too. And this is solid on here. I mean, it locks in. You just use these little tabs to lock it on. I have you guys live on Facebook and a lot of you are commenting. I want to say hi to Tammy. Dee just ordered them for Thanksgiving. She said they're great for campers or a company potluck as well because it's a more polished presentation, which we just said. The sizing on these, I do have the dimensions actually because some of you are asking. If you do the half size, this is like that standard pan that you would pick up, that's gonna fit an 11 3/4 by 9 1/4 pan. If you do the full size, it's basically 2 of the half sizes. So that's the bigger pan you would pick up, but that's 19 9/16 of an inch by 11 5/8 of an inch. But I like that the full size, you can put 2 of the smaller pans together if you want and clip it on top and have 2 separate items as well. But this is gonna make it easier. The presentation's better, but it also is simpler to serve because you can just lift it up. There's no ripping the foil or collapsing on top of your food. These are, I can still feel the heat on these.
Absolutely, you see the condensation. I mean, that's what tells you right there. See, I just rolled my finger right along that. We could see the condensation. So again, keeping the hot in, keeping the cold in if it's the pasta salad or, you know, the potato salad. But, you know, again, the holidays are right around the corner, everyone. Think about all the activities, all the parties, all the gatherings. Maybe for some reason it's not for you, but you should definitely have one. Maybe it's for that friend of yours that you know loves to host and does all the parties and you never know what to get them. They're that friend that has everything. This is something that will be so out of the box that they've never, like, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is great, and they'll start using it all the time. So if they love to do parties, this is something that will consistently be coming out and making a presentation.
It solves a problem that so many of us deal with. It's one of those genius ideas that you're like, gosh, I wish I had come up with that, but I'm glad that somebody did.
Barbara did. Hey, Barbara, if you're watching.
The benefits, yes. So thank you so much, Carrie.
Yeah, thank you.
Really appreciate it. A great presentation. If you want to pick this up, you guys just know it is on clearance pricing right now. So it is a really nice time before that holiday rush comes into play. And everything will be on 4 or more flex payments as well. That's part of our holiday weekend and our clearance frenzy that we have going on right now. So while you're shopping, that's another great thing to keep in mind.